Please click on the subscribe button so you get notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the AFC East, I got the Jets going 12-5 or 11-6 and winning the AFC East. I got the Dolphins going 11-6. I got the Bills going 9-8 or 8-9, and I got the Patriots going 3-14 this year. Let's start off with the Patriots. I am waiting to see with that new head coaching staff. I don't like the way that they are going with Jacoby Brissett, especially after Jared Mayo said that Drake May outperformed Jacoby Brissett in the preseason and probably earned that number one spot. He didn't say that he earned that number one spot, but he did say that he outplayed Jacoby. The reason why I think they're going with Brissett over Drake is because that offensive line is horrendous. They don't have any weapons. I don't think they want to put Drake May out there and set him up for failure. They want to set him up for success. So if he does start at some point this year, hopefully that'll be able to give them a spark. And hopefully by that point, the offensive line is going to be more in cohesion. Hopefully we'll be able to see some players starting to emerge as viable weapons for that team. But as of right now, I don't think they're going to be that good. We'll see what Jared Mayo does for year two. Hopefully they'll be able to draft more offensive talent. Even if they lose the last few games and Drake May is starting, hopefully we see positive signs from Drake May that'll make sure that he's the starting quarterback going into next year, and they can use their first round pick for the upcoming season to help give him either a weapon or an offensive line or a running back or somebody that's going to help elevate that team's offense moving forward. When it comes to the Buffalo Bills, the reason why I have them going 9-8 or 8-9 this year is because in Josh Allen's entire career as a starter, he's never helped elevate an offensive weapon to be a star. They've had to go and sign somebody that was a star someplace else to come and be that offensive weapon for him and help elevate his play from a pocket quarterback perspective, because we know what he can do with his legs. When Stephon Diggs was on that team, he was the bona fide number one because he was a number one for the Minnesota Vikings. He was that caliber of player. He wasn't created by Josh Allen. Since Josh Allen has been in Buffalo, New York, he has not elevated or created anybody. Gabe Davis was a good player, but he never made him into a top star. He relies too much on his legs, and I don't think his decision-making is completely there. We're going to see in another year of Joe Brady, but when you look at their schedule and how it might go, I got them going either 9-8 or 8-9. I don't see him as a playoff team this year. There's a lot of questions on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball as well. And I think they're going to be a middling average team. When it comes to the Dolphins, I have them going 11-6 because I think their schedule is very favorable for them early on in the season because it's not winter yet and because we know that the weather does affect Tua. Early on, I can see them going 7-0 to start off the season. They're going to be 11-6 this year, but I have them starting off 7-0, and that's mainly because the weather is in Tua's favor. They have the offensive weapons. I even think they have the defensive talent to be able to go 7-0. Then, after they beat the Cardinals at home, reality strikes in. It's November. It's starting to get cold. They're in Buffalo, New York, and they lose to the Buffalo Bills, ending their undefeated season. Frigid temperatures being Tua's weaknesses. That's why I have them going 11-6. I have them starting off 7-0 because the weather is going to be in their favor. And then towards the end of the season, once it starts getting colder, once they have to go on the road, for some reason, Tua can't play in cold climates. And I think that's going to impact where they finish this season. And they'll go 11-6 after starting off 7-0 and second in their division again. For the New York Jets, I have them going 12-5 or 11-6. For me, that Jags game is another 50-50 game. It's a coin flip. It could go either way. It just depends on who's playing better football at that point in time. That's another reason why they can either go 12-5 or 11-6. So after the Jags game, they beat the Rams, they beat the Bills, they beat the Dolphins going into the playoffs with a 3-game winning streak, while the Dolphins are going to be going into the playoffs off a 4-game losing streak. And they're going to be the division winner in the AFC East.
Guys, have you heard? Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.